Come on in, everybody. You know what time it is? Yep. It's tea time. I made it about 10 minutes ago, and I got my little baby Jesus cup. I like my baby Jesus cup. So get on in here. Sometimes you just need a cup of something warm and wonderful. Earl Grey. Sometimes I put some green tea in it too. It's just a good day in the neighborhood. It's a good day. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. So today, as soon as we hit 200, I'm going to draw something out of my wise old owl. And, well, thank you. We do our best to help you. And as Leanne says, please share our videos. Sharing is caring. Caring for your sister that's suffering in chaos. Sharing is caring. So let's share the love. And I have got one drawn. Let's see what it says. I'm going to set things up for tomorrow. And I'm beginning to do that with just about everything. So I filled my teapot up after my water boiled. I filled my teapot up with water. I filled up a pitcher with water and put that in the refrigerator so I would always have readily, quick, speedy water to fill up my water jug with, my water bottle. And when I do my floors, I put a clean cloth on it after I get finished. So it's always fun. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, this is a good one. We've been talking about this today. So, actions speak louder than words. We all know that because we've talked about this a lot. Actions speak louder than words. And in this, what I've got right here, you have to adding feet and legs to ideas. You can't just love someone with words. You have to add actions. This is good. This is some good stuff here. So, the other day I was listening to Bill O'Reilly, and he had a friend who broke his wrist. And he sent him a text, and he says he's a self-absorbed person. He may be, but he thought, I'm going to put some actions with this, checking on him. I'm going to put some actions with it. And what he did is he went to the grocery store. He got a couple of roast chickens and some veggies and took dinner to him and sat down and had dinner with his friend. Yep. Because if he'd asked his friend, do you need anything? His friend would have said, no, I'm good. Even though he might have needed dinner. But he stepped out and he put his legs in motion to go do something. So this weekend, I want us to think about doing something to help others. Putting actions with words. Actions with words. This morning, I wrote down 25 times. No, it was 30 times on a little spiral notebook. I am thin. I am eating like a thin person. And then as I've been going up and down the steps, I put those words into my actions of going up and down my flights of steps. And it's just been phenomenal at the mindset that's happening, the change that's happening right here. Right here. So, we have to put actions with our words. Even loving ourselves, we have to put actions with those words. So try it. You might actually like it. adding feet and legs to those ideas. You can't just love someone with words. You have to add actions. So what actions are you going to put into place? You know, in my little mantra that I came up with to say to myself, to write out and putting it going up and down the stairs. Leanne's doing the same thing. It's really reinforcing what I'm trying to do in order to love myself. Loving myself is powerful. But loving others is powerful too. Getting out of this rut that we're in. When our houses get in order, we become better human beings. Really and truly, we do. We get to think about things outside of ourselves. When our houses are a mess, we get stuck in trying to take care of all this clutter. When we can let go of the chaos that is keeping us housebound, we can help others. We can find our true calling in life. It's amazing what's going on here. So, folks, let's put some legs and some feet to these thoughts we're having. Let's put a system in place. A system in place to put those words in our head and not just on my piece of paper. Even though writing is good, but it's like a double whammy. So instead of saying, calling your mom and saying, "Oh, I love you," go see your mom. Put some legs in it. Get your feet moving. Ask your mom to take a walk with you. And talk. Listen. This is what God's been telling us all week long. Talking and listening and learning how to be kind to others. It's all about being kind to others. So folks, life is good. And if you are feeling sorry for yourself, get outside of yourself and go help another person. If you're feeling depressed, go help someone else. Many years ago when I was listening to Rita Davenport, she said, we're all going to take, the bad things in our life and we're going to put them all in a hat. We're going to put them all in a big hat, everybody in that room, and then we're going to draw somebody else's problem out. Nobody wanted to do it because in the end, our problems aren't really problems. They're not. There are actions that we can take, a system we can put in place, a morning routine, an afternoon routine, a before bed routine that can change your life. One day at a time, and I did find my earrings, y'all. So here's to putting a little leg time and foot time into your hopes and dreams. Because without putting a little legs with it, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. They're not, though. You got to put some action into those words. You've got to put action. And it doesn't matter if it's cooking dinner tonight or getting groceries in the house. You got to put some actions with those words. You can wish to have a house full of groceries, a grocery cart full of groceries delivered to you, but you got to go get them. I don't know anybody that delivers them anymore, although you can get some stuff from Amazon. But folks, we got to put some actions with the words. Because nothing says I love you like clean underwear. Nothing says I love you like a clean toilet if you're sick at your stomach. And that's to you. Nothing says I love you like laundry in the drawers so your family can get dressed in the morning. Nothing says I love you like dinner on the table. These are actions that we can take to change our life. Simple little leg action, foot action, powerful, loving actions. So here's to putting some legs in it. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to have another drink. You joining me? That is so good. That is so good. It's so good. So, folks, let's quit complaining about what, what we can't do, and let's see what we can do. If you have leftovers from dinner, you can take them to your shut-in neighbor. Yep, you can do that. You can put a little action, put it in a pie plate and take it to them. Wrap it up in aluminum foil and they can heat it up in the microwave. It's simple. Don't worry about getting the pie plate back. I left a pie plate at Leanne's, and Robert says, we're going to forget about it because we have too many of them. So maybe she'll make me a pie and it'll come back to me. Keto pie. Tea time is wonderful. Tea time is just, it's good to be here with you. You give me my calling. I never knew I could do a daily video, much less 2 of them. And it's not like I have to do anything at all because y'all are here and we're having tea together. It's just like you're sitting across the table from me. And this month's habit is doing our laundry. A load a day keeps Mount Washmore away. And it's wonderful. What's on your cup? It's baby Jesus. It's baby Jesus. I see this image and I am reminded of a shrine I went to in St. Augustine, Florida. And I had a powerful experience in this little shrine that wasn't much bigger than this room. It was just in the middle of a cemetery. In the middle of a cemetery that had been there since the 1600s. Yep, it was the first place of Christianity in the New World. And the shrine was our Mother of La Leche. And it's in St. Augustine, and Michelle and I were driving down the street because we're headed to Orlando, and we always got to go see the ocean when you're driving with Michelle. We got to see the ocean. And we saw the tourist trap of the Fountain of Youth. And Michelle said, hang a Yui. That's what Matt says. Hang a Yui. And so we turned around. The first place we got to was this shrine. And we turned around in the parking lot, and Michelle looks at me and I look at her, and I said, we're supposed to be here, aren't we? So we got out and we went inside and we walked around the cemetery. There was the Stations of the Cross, and my cousin had just died. He was a pastor in Ellicott City, Maryland. And he had just died of colon cancer. He was a young man. And I saw all of these tombstones and all the reverence that was given to these is a whole cemetery full of children's graves. I'm not Catholic, but I like to go to shrines. I'm not Catholic, but I like to go to shrines. And so I walked through this cemetery. There was a huge cross at the back of the cemetery, and there were plaques everywhere, and there were tombstones, and it was powerful. I took a picture of one tombstone, and it had a poem on it, and I sent it to my cousins who had buried their son. And it was just a powerful thing. And then I go into this little chapel, and at the front of the chapel there is this little image of Mary holding baby Jesus as a toddler. And it was just powerful. It was just powerful. And so I sat there and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And there were some issues going on. And so I just thought about, just a little tiny thought. I thought, well, I'll ask God for a sign. And then I heard God, this voice inside of me that wasn't mine, don't ask. I've already sent you a sign. I've already sent you a sign. And I'm thinking, okay, what was that sign? So we spent the night. We went to the ocean. We got up the next morning and we're driving down the road on I-4, and it came to me what the sign was. We were getting ready to leave, and Michelle can't find Brian. We can't find Brian at all. And she was wanting to kiss her husband bye before we left, and we needed to leave. And finally, he gets to the car, and he says, "You're just never going to believe what I just saw." And I said, "What? Tell me." And he said, "I just saw a hawk catch a snake and feed it to its babies." Now, how powerful is that? How powerful is that? I think, hawks are very powerful symbols in my life. When you see a hawk, you're to be looking for a message from God. Well, I didn't actually see this hawk. But Brian saw the hawk. And it was a powerful message. So I grabbed Michelle's hand and I said, "Brian got the sign for us. That mother hawk took that snake and used that evil of the snake to feed its babies." And that's how God turns things around for us. God can take anything bad going on in your life and turn things around to the good. And it's powerful. So when I heard that, I knew. When I heard that God had already sent me a sign, it's just a wonderful thing. So I have some great memories of being in shrines and meditating on the Word of God and asking my Father for help. So we got to put actions into words. We got to put words into actions. It goes both ways. You got to love yourself. You got to take the time to quiet yourself and listen to what's being said to you. I never dreamed that meditation was going to change my life. Leanne was preaching on meditation at 1:00 today. But I set out to meditate just to learn to relax. And I never dreamed that quieting my brain was going to allow the Heavenly Father. It's just like reaching down from heaven to touch your heart. Reaching down from heaven. I love you all. And I've been on my soapbox. So let's put some legs and some feet into those words we say this weekend. And let's make a habit of it. Let's make a habit of it. Here's to loving yourself and showing others how you love yourself. And I can't do pinkies up. I just can't. I hadn't figured out how to do that yet. So drink up, folks. Oh, I love you all. I'll see you later. Go in peace.